Hello everybody and welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and this is...
Slime, hi.
So you must be wondering where were all these top 5, top 10 lists or whatnot. Well, we didn't make any because we were busy with life, you could say.
And games.
And games and Essen and lots of
games.
different games and whatnot. But we are here now to represent our top 10 best games of the year 2017.
Yes.
Why 10? Because there's lots of games to just go with top 5.
A lot of games.
And we'll try and be quick about it.
Very quick this time. So, first...
Off the camera, we decided I go first because this is my house.
Yes.
That's the rule for this top list. For another one, you can think up the rule.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we?
Yes. Your
Okay, my number 10 is... I'll start off this with expansion. Because this expansion made game very, very different. And that's Zaya, Embers of a Forsaken Star.
Really?
Yeah, because at first Zaya was really... it's all that sandbox stuff game, everybody knows about it. But it had a few problems that expansion really managed to nullify. And the game is much flowy now.
Yeah, we talked about that, I think.
I think we did in one video. I don't know, but this is absolutely one of my favorite expansions for any game.
Nice.
Because it really opened up for me. Zaya, Embers of Forsaken Star.
Okay, my number 10 is Pixie Queen.
Pixie Queen.
Yeah, it's an awesome worker placement game in which pixies try to appease their queen. They bring her food and consequently they make some stuff for her. I bought it by accident, you could say.
Yeah.
On Essen. Daniel...
I found it by accident.
He found it by accident and I bought it and it's an awesome game. I really like how the components interact with each other. You still have to try it.
I did not play it yet.
Yeah, but
But components look gorgeous.
Components are great. Components are really great.
Gorgeous.
Wooden components and the dice are awesome. The box is good. Overall, a great game and one of the best worker placements this year for me. And you should try it soon. Yes, for me.
Okay.
That's it.
For
Pixie Queen, number 10. Okay, my number 9 on this list is Indian Summer. So, surprise. Well, it's not only me, but my girlfriend also. We really like those simple yet intriguing games in which you place Tetris-style parts and try to combine it with grace and elegance to everything look nice. In Indian Summer, you do the same as in Cottage Garden and in Patchwork. You try to provide a good...
Barren Park,
yeah. You try to provide a good environment and everything fit nice. Except in Indian Summer, it's actually a race game in which everybody tries to fit their board with the best parts as fast as they can.
And you have badgers.
And you have badgers and you have butterflies.
Hedgehogs.
The game is beautiful.
Yes, but I like those tiles with animals. You
yeah.
know, when we were playing, I was just running to get the, I think, badgers?
Badgers,
yeah, I just wanted badgers on my board, nothing else didn't matter for me.
It's an awesome game and I'm quite surprised because in essence, I am not a big fan, I know you are, of Patchwork.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Cottage Garden either, although I have it.
Oh, yeah, Cottage Garden was...
But Barren Park was my top of the cream for that sort of games, but Indian Summer is really close by. They are quite different games because one is a race game, the other is a building game.
I like in Indian Summer those little tokens that you can get, and then I build my army of squirrels.
Yeah, yeah.
For the end game, and you all took squirrels, so I cannot finish first.
Exactly.
For me, and I was really upset by that. I still want to make my squirrel army.
But I really like it just because of that.
Squirrel.
Number 9, Indian Summer.
Indian Summer. Okay.
Your number 9?
My number 9 is a game that is far superior to other games of this type, if you ask me, and that is Unlock series.
Oh.
I was completely swept away I never been in those escape room experiences.
We almost got into one.
We almost got in one, but it was fully booked and we did not have time. Okay, so Unlock. I heard, it's like escape room, but only you play cards and whatnot. And I decided, let's give it a try. I mainly bought it because I want to play with my wife. And she was at first like, I don't know, it doesn't look something interesting to me. And then we tried the first scenario and we played the other 2 scenarios in one night. So we played the game in one night, all 3 scenarios plus that intro little one. And I really like how you combine these cards, and it's like puzzle. You have blue side and the red side, and when you combine them, you get a number because each are numbered. And then you find, and most times it's a wrong card because you combine something that cannot be combined.
But you still didn't buy the next one.
The
next one.
The next one is on the way.
Oh.
It should be. I only played first. But I really loved it. I played also Exit, which wasn't so good for me, but more on that when I do review about it. And I really like that aspect of...
I expected this one to be on your list.
Yeah, but because I'm raving about it. I wish I could play it again, but I can't because I know everything that happens.
Yeah.
It's one-time experience, but really great one-time experience. I would put it higher on the list, but just because it's one-time play, it's that low on the list.
Yeah. Okay, that's number 9.
Yeah, Unlock. My number 8 is game that use dice as a mechanic of play most of the time, and
quite unexpected.
That was so unexpected of me because I hate dice, so it's like, what? No, I really love dice games. Anything that has dice in it and you roll them, I'm up for it. And this one is Unearthed. You didn't think about it. Oh, you
No,
did.
I didn't play it.
You didn't play it? Oh yeah, he didn't play it. No. So yeah, Unearthed. Unearthed has a gorgeous artwork. It looks like that Android game. I don't know how it's called. Daydream, something like that. That doesn't matter.
3-bit, 7-bit, 8-bit, how you call it, 9-bit.
Something. Nevertheless,
it's a bit.
Game has stunning artwork. It goes really fast. At first, it looked really complicated to me. It looked like it looked very fiddly, and without the strategic choices. But I found that it's really strategic. Don't listen to other people. This is a really strategic game, and I really like it. How you decide which dice you are going to throw and where are you going to go with it, and you have to announce it before you throw it, so you don't know if you're going to make it or not. But there's lots of these little cards that you earn throughout the game that you can mitigate your luck. You can raise the die by 1 or I lost the word. What's the opposite of raise?
Make it lower? I don't know.
Make it lower by 1. Yeah. I completely blank out. English is not my first language. It's obvious.
He's a new one.
Yeah, so Unearthed, but you didn't play it. And I think you should. You might like it.
The problem is, actually, I found out about Unearthed in days past, days gone. Yeah, and I told you how awesome this game is. I want that game, and then my girlfriend said, no, it's ugly.
Oh, yeah. He has to buy games that only his girlfriend wants.
So... That's number 8.
My number 8, Unearthed.
Yeah. My number 8 is
cross it off.
Beautiful, really beautiful game that you will immediately know as soon as I say the name of the designer. It's Bruno Catala.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Of this game?
I don't know designers.
You don't know Bruno Catala?
I know Bruno Catala. I know Bruno Tomic. I know Bruno.
Okay, Bruno Catala made a lot of different games.
Yeah,
but I don't know, but let me just say.
Can I see? Is that
no,
that's not the list.
Okay. The game is Yamatai.
Yamatai.
So the game came early in the year, I think about March, maybe May, and
go.
I love that game. Not so much lately that I played it a lot, but when I got it, I played it a lot, really a lot. It's a beautiful, thinky game in which you try to colonize islands around Japan. I think it's south somewhere, under the jurisdiction or under the order of Princess or Queen Kimiko, I think. And you use tons of different shiny boats to make the best combinations for your houses.
That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you. I did not see that game played much. I don't see people talk about it. And I don't know why. I only played it once.
Actually, they do, but I think it's lost because it's a release before any of the big events, you know? It's not on any of the American events, it's not any of the European events, and that's really related. When you put something on a Gen Con list or any other lists, or for example SN list, then it gets a lot of hype. But when you release it over the year,
in the middle of the...
somewhere, I don't know, for example in April, nothing will happen about the game, and then it will just be stuck on the shelf. And mostly people agree that the game is about the same strength as 5 Tribes. You know, it's pretty much, it doesn't have anything to do with the system mechanics.
Nothing mechanics or anything.
No,
but
it's just because of the shiny components.
Yeah.
And it's about the same level.
In 5 Tribes you have lots of meeples, here you have lots of ships with different colors.
But the mechanics are quite different, and I could say, and I think even Z on the Dice Tower said, that the game is really good. So I like it.
So you say if Z says it's good, then it must be good.
No, he even said, and you said people don't talk about it, and I think he said about the list of the 2017 as Yamatai.
I know, but people don't play it.
I play it.
Okay.
Okay, not so much lately, but I played.
Not so much lately.
lately. But we talk about the whole year, yes?
Yeah.
That's true, you know. We don't only talk about the last 2 months because we
talk about Yamatai how nobody talks about Yamatai.
Yeah, exactly. But because the problem is, we went to the Essen and we got tons of games. All of a sudden, that hype and everything
I
got
brought home like, what, 40, 50 games? Something
so
like that. So I don't have time for Yamatai.
That's a lot of time and not enough time for other games. So that's my number 8, right?
Yeah,
8 Yamatai.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 7. My number 7 is R. Mountains of Madness.
Mountains of Madness.
Yes, I like it.
I know.
I just cannot stop thinking about that game, you know. I totally expected what kind of a game is, and it totally delivered. I didn't expect thinky, tactical, strategical, cooperative game. I expected a funky game about explorers in which you get consequently mad and try to complete your mission as fast as possible while collecting artifacts on a mountain. While you're talking rubbish and probably hiding under the table and yelling at people while you're singing.
Or whispering numbers. Like when you played it in a club.
1, 2, 3. So I will not spoil anything, but I adore it.
Spoiler alert, it's not on my list. But I did really like the game. It's just there were so much other games that I like more that this one just got pushed. It could be an honorable mention for me. But I really liked it. I really did. It's just there are better games for me.
Something fascinating happened. I didn't thought about that game so highly until they started to play it in the club.
Yeah.
Every time I bring it to the club, someone wants to play and they play it and they laugh so hard. It's incredible. They sit on the floor and they have fun, although they are sitting 1 hour on the floor. It's amazing. It's an amazing game, and that's my number.
Floor art.
Yes.
Floor is hard, cold tiles, so people still sit on the floor.
Yes.
Even though they are risking lots of troubles in the future.
I love it. It's my game.
Yeah. Okay, so my number 7 is a game that I really liked so much that I trade my Castles of Burgundy card game with my friend in Essen that is from Belgium for this game. She gave me this game and I gave her the...
I remember that you made that trade late in the day, but I don't remember what did you get.
Well, it's right over there. The game is called The Lost Expedition. The game is called The Lost Expedition. I really liked it because basically you are trying to find the lost city of Z, if I'm not mistaken, and you go through this jungle, which is represented by cards, and you have to go through all the cards, and each time you have to play a card. First,
I didn't know you liked that game so much.
Yeah,
sorry, I interrupted him.
Because this game is so hard and so punishing, but there really is no alpha player here. All 4 of us were sitting around the table, trying to meld our brains together and try to find solutions. So how can we go without losing anyone? And when you get when you decide, okay, we have to lose someone, and then each time that someone needs to get bitten by spider or lose health because crocodiles or whatnot, oh, this old guy is first. Okay, he's old, he's last.
Actually,
we basically role played it.
Actually, we got that game. Anna, my girlfriend, and we got that game for Nino.
Yeah. And I played it there.
I didn't have the clue that you liked it so much.
I never heard about it, and I played it at his place.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun, and it's so chaotic because there is a time when one card you can tell about it. Okay, I got a great card. I should go over here and put it over here. It will really help us, and everything is okay. And then the other card you just have to shut up and just put it on the table, and like everyone is happy. Oh yeah, we are going to do lots of good stuff. Okay, we do this, and then we'll skip over this bad card, which is good for us, and then I just go, no. Denied. You die, old man.
I think the Lost City of Z, actually the expedition is somewhere in the Amazon, but the Lost City of Z, they talked about something like an expansion for that game as a Lost City of Z.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not
sure.
I don't look for themes in games. I just want to play games.
But that's your number 7.
Yeah, that's my number 7. The Lost Expedition. My number 6
Your number 6.
is a game that has dice in it.
No.
And they are translucent.
Again.
And in lots of colors.
I know what it is.
And it looks
It was almost on my list.
stunningly.
So close.
It looks stunningly on the table, and it's Sagrada Familia.
Yes, figured.
Yeah, because Sagrada looks awesome on the table, and that's the only reason you need to play it, because it looks awesome. No, really. The game plays really quick. It's easy rules. I even teach it to some people that really don't like games. That have rules, that like mostly party games. And they even liked it, and you can even see they go with the strategic thinking. Oh, I can take this from him so he doesn't get this bonus.
I even have a question for you. Do you like some other game more than that game? But I will not, probably, because it's the other game is still on your list.
Spoiling my list, so shush.
Okay, Sagrada is awesome. I agree.
Yeah, Sagrada looks awesome, plays really quick, and it's really clean game. Everything is there on the table except these hidden dice, but you get one color at the start of the game, and you have to acquire as many dice with higher number the better of that color, and it's obvious. Like in 3 rounds, and you are collecting red, you are the blue, yeah, I'm the green, yeah, whatever, and then starts the fun because everyone starts taking hate picking each other.
So I will not ask any questions, but I like that game.
Yeah, that game's awesome.
That was number 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
Let me
it's
check
number
it.
6.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay, my number 6.
I don't care. Mine's better.
My number 6.
Okay.
It's a little small game that tends for people to be silent most of the time. Yes, you need to be silent almost all the game.
It's Mystery Abbey. No.
It's Magic Maze.
Yeah, Magic Maze. Oh, that game is horrible.
It made people. It made people so. Okay, it made people.
That's the gameplay.
Mostly angry, but after a while you figure it out how to communicate with each other. It brings up the team spirit a lot.
No.
I adore it. I adore it because I have to laugh all the time in that game. Although you're laughing silently. I don't know how to.
You turn into a hyena.
Yeah, exactly. Because you put the object in front of people. Oh, sorry, I forgot what kind of a game that is. So that's a party game in which everyone can move some of the poor D&D fellows that got their items stolen, and they try to rob a mall, a Magic Maze. And while they're doing that, everybody can move everyone, but in a certain direction. A Magic Maze is a beautiful, easy and fast game in which you can lose in about 3 minutes, or you can win in about 6-10 differently on scenario. I adore it.
I will probably cut this part and
There's no 6.
And excuse, I'm sorry, the video was broken. It's horrible game. Horrible game, too stressed. I like stress games, but this one is too stressed. I like Fuse, but this one is...
Number 6, Magic Maze.
Doesn't care.
So, number 5 on my list Number 5 is
Yes, 5.
Unfair. So
that's not fair. Never played it.
So Unfair is a game that got out during the June of this year. Also, one of those games that didn't get out to any of the convention.
It was not convicted.
Convention, and it didn't get much of the hype. Although I think it deserves. So many of the people that play that game adore it, especially in our club, and constantly ask me to bring that game again and again and again. And my girlfriend loves it also. Considering that the game is about building your, how you call it, park in which you have tons of fun, fair or something like that, with tons of roller coasters and stuff. And it has different themes. It's something like a smash up, I think. It correlates to the same thing. You build a deck out of all the...
it yet.
You make factions, everybody chooses a faction, then they smash up the deck.
But I see people playing it like for 5 hours or so.
I think it's 30 minutes per player.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's nothing like Sight. It's nothing like Sight.
I have to mentally prepare.
It's nothing like Sight.
To play. No, come on.
Anyway, the game. What I really like is because it really gives me the sense of building a roller coaster park, same as I had in a Roller Coaster Tycoon, in which I can make avenues, I can make buildings, I can employ people, everything, and I adore it. The problem about the game, maybe some people say I don't have any problems with that, is that because it has mean cards, event cards that you can use to destroy something that somebody else built. Although you probably won't destroy, that's one case in many, you will just probably close it for a day. That's about it. But my number 5, it's Unfair.
Okay, and because you talked about this game so much, I have to talk about my game so little, and that's Baron Park, great game. Number 4. Okay, yeah, so my number 5 is Baron Park. And I really like tile-laying games, I really like puzzle games, and
it's awesome
tile-laying puzzle game. Baron Park has it, and I'm really bad at this game.
I will interrupt you at one moment. It also has one segment that no other game in that context has, and that's building, city building.
Okay,
you're actually building a park in that game.
Yeah, you are.
Considering, I don't know, Cottage Garden, Indian Summer, and Patchwork, where you're just putting tiles, I don't know, leaves or stuff. These are buildings.
Yeah, but at first it was really strange to me. Why did they pick bears and not just zoo? But
True.
You could work with zoo, but maybe they don't want it to look like Zoo-Loreto, maybe, or something like that. But bears, okay, whatever. You could birds also, Birds Park. I don't know how they are called in German.
But the game has everything that you like.
But game has everything that I liked and even more. And I really am bad at this game, as I told you. I always end up like last. All those fancy points when you complete one tile and you can put that last one in the hole. I usually get the lowest number and stuff like that. I always have some cool strategic idea that never works for this game.
Awesome game.
So my number 5 is Baron Park.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me is a game that I kickstarted just for a reason that it said if you don't like the game you can return it and we'll pay for the shipping and give you all your money back.
Really?
And I was like, I can't lose anything. If I don't like it, I say, this game is terrible, give me my money back, and they give me my money back. And I might even thought...
Who made the game?
I don't want to tell you that yet. I might even thought about being that evil and just play it for a month and then return it and say, I didn't like it. But I really like the game. But I really like the game. Game is awesome and it's called Outlive.
Okay.
And I have that fancy version with miniatures, not just tokens. And I even paint some of those. People think it's, how can you paint those small miniatures? But they are even easier to paint than big miniatures. That's not important. Outlive is a game in a post-apocalyptic universe where everything's gone wrong, and it's a bit strange that there is like a caravan going, and if you have the best shelter, they'll take you in or something like that. It's kind of strange theme, but I really like post-apocalyptic stuff, themes and whatnot. And this one really does it for me. And all the components that are shaped in like water are those canisters, that water cooler canisters, and food is ribs and cans. And if your wood is wood and metal is metal, you have little graphic cards. And I like that this worker displacement, they call it, because you first start with your workers on specified positions, and then you can move 1 or 2 spaces left or right, but you cannot go on a space where your worker is already. So
it's an action selection with
and it gives you that because if you come with worker with higher number and there is worker with lower number, then you can attack this guy and he has to pay bullets or give you resources of his choice or whatnot. It has some interaction, but it's not that really big. I thought it was more like mean game, but it's really not that mean.
No, not at all.
And I really like that there is always possibility of.
It's in my top 15 definitely. Outlive. I was just amazed when you brought it up.
And the artwork also looks cool.
But the gameplay, really. I enjoy the gameplay. I really enjoy the gameplay, and I like the events. That happen at
fire happens, no wood.
For example, those that are quite different to, I don't know, for example, Dead of Winter, where you need to collect stuff, and these are really for the victory points, and they brought the flavor of the game. They brought the flavor.
So okay, my number, what this number is? 4. Outlive.
We correlate in the team, you know.
Okay.
Because my number 4 is a team also in the. My game is also with the theme of post-apocalypse, and it's Wasteland Express Delivery Service.
I still did not play this one.
Oh, I love that game. I just I don't know how to explain it. It's it's a funny. I would call it pick up and deliver in post-apocalypse, where you just pick up and deliver stuff.
I think everyone calls it like that.
And but the game has. I will not talk about the components and stuff. You can see that somewhere else. It's awesome, but the game itself, you know, with this game, I understood what it means to have team over anything else. And when you have a good team with a good story, backstory, the complex mechanism doesn't need to be there. You just need to have something like a vehicle. You can upgrade it. You can use it to your whatever purpose you need. You can fight some people. You can drive there. Just have freedom, and that's what you like about Zaya, I think.
And I want to talk about components because I did not play the game and I only saw components, and they are awesome. And that insert is awesome. Everyone's talking about insert. Game trays, guys.
I think
guys, girls, don't know who works there.
Fantastic work.
And that's awesome work. They also did Mechs vs. Minions, which is also really, really.
You will play it soon, but in any sense, it's my number 4, Wasteland Express Delivery Service. Play it.
We deliver you service.
Now, on to the third choice on this list. It's another game that didn't came out on any of the conventions. Dice Forge.
Dice Forge.
Kapoof.
And the guy who likes dice games didn't put his on his list, or did he?
I'm not sure.
So we'll see.
Dice Forge is an amazing game. My favorites, Libelud. They played the previous games, older games, but considering Mysterium, Dixit, Seasons, lots of Zidit, I couldn't evade Dice Forge. Although I didn't know a lot about the game except it had dice. And then I just ordered it. As soon as it came in the store, I just got it. It doesn't matter the price, I had to get it. I tried it and it was...
You're like a Libelud fanboy.
Yes, I'm totally. Because I like when the design and aesthetics are good. Mechanics, I will scrub off, but this game also has good mechanics. Only problem with this game is maybe too, I don't know, the length, maybe it goes too fast. I still need to see.
I think it goes
because it's over in 40 minutes, I think, maximum. 40 minutes game.
More problem is
anyone can
then
play it.
You have to disassemble all the dice,
all the
faces, and put
in essence it's a game about making your dice better, and whatever you roll you will activate and defeat some monsters for glory points and
I really
stuff.
like that when you get to play. I was the first player, and the last player gets the most gold.
Yeah.
Not the first. No.
Actually,
the first player gets the most gold. And I don't know who was last.
Yeah.
And like, what? I'm last and I get the least gold. Why? Why
but
is
it's
that?
totally logical.
But when the game goes, when the game starts, and you see like, oh, now I get it. Okay, so basically, you don't want to be first. You want to be last. You want to accumulate some gold. When it's your turn, you're gonna buy
as many stuff as you can. And the game also, I think, over the time will introduce maybe more complex stuff that will introduce even heavier gamers. Yeah. But for now, it's my number 3 for this year, and it will probably rise even in my global list for the best games overall. Yeah, I'm not sure if it will reach the top 5, but it's.
I like rising. The game, but not that much.
I really like it.
Okay.
My number 3, Dice Forge.
Cool.
Your number 3.
My number 3 also has dice in it. What a surprise! And it was a recent acquisition, but I get to play it a lot. You know,
Santa Maria.
I really like this game. As already told you in Baron Park, I like tile laying, and this game has tile laying, and this game has dice. And it gives you a little bit of that Dice City feeling. But in Dice City, when you have a yellow row and you have to put the yellow dice on a correct number.
I wouldn't say dice.
No.
Okay, it is Dice City because of the dice, but this game it's such a free flow.
Dice activates there in Dice City activates just one place, but here activates the whole row. But you have that feeling like picking the dice and then deciding where you want to go. You have more options than in a Dice City.
Exactly, more options plus you get all the stuff.
You get all the stuff,
not only one,
and you get to build it how you want it. You get to decide in which spot you will put those buildings, and there are those monks that you send around for endgame scoring and to change some rules of the game for you if you acquire that stuff. And I really liked it. And at first I was really confused by the game. I was not sure what to think of it, but the second time I played and the third time I played, it just gets better and better and better, and I really want to play it all the way. One thing, the dice are horrible. They are those flimsy wooden. Not like I want to buy.
I would probably put it.
Dice
I would probably put it in my top 10 in an instant if I played it more than once. So I don't want to say on top of just one gameplay that the game is fantastic. It is. It is really fantastic.
Offers a lot.
If I would judge it only one game, I would put it probably in my top 5 this year. But I cannot. It's just one.
I like all those combinations, and it can be very AP prone.
Ooh. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But good. I don't know. I would avoid AP players if I can. If you can, then get ready for a 3-hour game.
I agree.
Probably.
And it's a fast game, actually.
Yeah, it actually is. It's like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my number 3.
Santa Maria.
Number 2.
Number two.
My number 2 is the game that has dice in it.
So original.
Yeah, I know. You can see the theme here. It's the game that has most gorgeous components ever. So quality made that is beyond this world for me. And that is, Slaven is looking at it, Too Many Bones.
I didn't play it.
That game is awesome.
I didn't play it.
I know, and you should definitely play it. Aside, it has lots of dice. You don't use most of them if you play these short scenarios. But the thing when you go and you take the card and you read like a story and then you flip it, and there is A and B, how you want to react to a story. I really like that. It gave me that sense of choose your own adventure.
Control, which you can go.
Like that Near and Far. We played that. Like I don't know. We played Above and Below. Like Above and Below. Not in that grand manner. It affects just that card. It doesn't affect future choices. But I really get into the story, and the stories are interesting. It's like one card story, And it's really interesting. It's really engaging. You are on a trip. You are going to find this bad guy and going to kick his ass. But in the meantime, you encounter lots of.
I really want to try that.
Yeah, you should definitely next time, next Friday.
Okay, it's a deal.
And components are out of this world. Components are those big heavy chips, and there is lots of upgrade stuff for this game. You should definitely get it because it's worth every penny, dollar, cent, kuna, lipa, whatever you use for your currency, euros. And
it's more and more those games, storytelling games that cut through us.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that. It's more and more.
I really like these story games.
And yeah, not heavy story games.
No, not heavy. Just light story. It gives you some story. There. That you get the feeling you are doing something.
You pre-ordered the expansion.
Expansion, yeah, of course, and there might be some giveaways when it comes out. Who knows?
So that's number 2.
That's my number 2. Too many bones.
Nice.
Two. It's pun.
So
too many bones. Two.
So my number 2.
Yeah.
My number 2. You played it with me.
Yeah, you did not mention.
You played it with me 3 times.
3 times, and that's
Charterstone.
Yeah.
I don't know if this game needs really introduction. It's a worker placement game. It's a worker placement game.
Okay, so my number 1 is not Charter.
So it's a worker placement game, and I'm quite surprised by the fact that I really like it so much.
I am still undecided.
I know, because the game
that legacy aspect, I did not really get it.
I like it because of the feeling that I get after the game that I wanted to play more of it, to explore it and see what's behind. And every time I get that about the game, I have to put it on my list more and more.
We have another game scheduled tomorrow.
Yes, right? We have another game scheduled for tomorrow. So I want to explore, I want to see what's behind the next wall, and I want to see how the full game will look like. You know, it's a legacy worker placement game made by the Stone Meyer, and
what? You don't say who made it. No, and there is one component that only one other game has it, and we don't know what it is. I might read some spoilers, but I'm not sure, so I don't want to say anything.
I love the game, and it's my number 2.
I'm kind of undecided still on this whole legacy stuff. I really want to try. This is like my first real legacy game.
You know, and thinking about buying just to see how other legacy games are working, just to compare it and to say my final judgment of the legacy style game. Because at the moment it's very cheap on one portal that we buy constantly games. The very bad game called very bad game.
Oh, Sifo.
Yeah, it's very cheap, and I might buy just to try it out. So just to see how the legacy works and then compare it.
I might want to place there.
Okay, it's a deal. So my number 2, Charterstone.
Good.
My number 1, it's Game of War.
War never changes.
Yes. This war of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I am shocked.
Anna, my girlfriend,
I will look
is
at you
hating
shortly
me for
while
this.
you talk about the game.
Yeah. Anna is weirded out by my choice, but I cannot just. I constantly think about the choices you make in that game and how, you know, in all of these storytelling games that, as I said, we are constantly turning to.
I did not play the game, so.
We are constantly getting choices that are fantasy, science fiction, I don't know. But this is something that we can relate.
It really is different, yeah.
I don't know, can I do a little spoiler? What happened in the last session and I played it? Because it weirded us out totally during the game session. Everybody was silent.
Why is that spoiler?
Because it's one of the many events in the whole game. I will say it. I'm sorry. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So, during our last game session, after we talked about what happened, we sit silently for 1 minute just to think about what just happened. So, imagine this. You are on a location and you are exploring that location and you find a door. Some sounds are coming out of the door. You peek through the keyhole.
Okay.
In there, you see a dentist office or something like that with a chair. And you see a guy in a doctor's suit. He's doing his things, preparing for a surgery, you could say. But everything is filthy, you know, it's a war, it's somewhere bombs are, it's horrible. In that case, from one side of the door, a door opens and an old lady wearing her scarf, considering the surrounding areas, and brings a girl, age 18, 19, I'm not sure. And they greet each other. The girl sits on the chair, spreads her legs, and the doctor does something terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like that game.
Listen. And, I mean, he does something terrible. They pay him afterwards. So it's probably... We don't know what happened. We just know he did something. She screamed, and it was tunnels of blood, and they went away, they paid him. It's probably abortion or something. But we just moved away from the door. We didn't have anything to do with that. We just saw that.
Okay.
It was so... I don't know how to explain, and that's what that game gives me.
I guess it's a good writing. When they immerse you in a story so much that you are...
But you didn't do anything, you know, it wasn't your choice to interact, to save the girl, to pay her money. Okay,
Karate chop the doctor.
Yeah, nothing. No. It's just, I don't know if this is too heavy for some people, I'm sorry, but...
depressing game.
Yeah, Anna doesn't like to play it so much, but I just adore it. That's my number one, this war of mine, just because it gives me...
Top 10 list is what Anna likes and doesn't like.
No, I have to say, because you have to understand, when we play games and when we have our games in our home, I am with her in that, and she likes the hobby as much as I do.
People understand.
My choices are always dependent, but... Sometimes I get this war of mine. Dear. Sometimes I get this war of mine when I just...
Yes, dear. I still did not play this one.
You will. And then you will cry.
And I will cry like a little
And your
baby.
number one is something more happier.
My number one is definitely not this depressing game. But my number one is a game that is really rushing toward being my number one overall game.
Oh, I know.
Ever. It has cool miniatures.
I know.
It has dice, but they are not really that important. And I confused you there.
Dice?
My young apprentice. If you can take this pen from my hand.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so it has cool miniatures.
Okay.
It has some dice, like 3 or 4 or 5, depends what modules you play. It has modules, and you go and pick some resources and build some buildings. And
I'm still thinking it's that game, but I'm not sure. Can I say it? Anachrony.
Yeah, it's Anachrony. Time traveling of the year. It has that when you go and do that bad stuff order from future, and you have to throw the dice to see if you got these.
That
and
dice.
when you
I was so confused. I forgot about that.
And when you go for the technology, you pick one die, you roll the other.
But I'd never do that. I'm a safe player. I don't do
So this game is so awesome. It's worker placement and it's time traveling done right.
He had to order the miniatures, but you don't.
At first I was like, you don't need a miniature for this game. I mean, you can just play that cardboard hexes with worker on it. But when I saw the miniatures and you slide your workers in them and they're like these big chunky miniatures, you need the miniatures.
Yeah.
You definitely need it. It's just when they are on the board, cluttered all together, it looks awesome. And the aspect of time traveling, it's so awesome. Like, you order something from the future, like water resources or workers or whatnot.
Any resource you need.
And when you go in the future, as the turn goes, you go to that place, and then you have to go back to the place when you ordered that worker. It's hard to explain.
I just wanted to say,
I'll try.
Please don't try to understand. Try to play the game.
And you just go back and you have to pay this worker. It's really like you are paying yourself from the future, sending workers.
Try to explain it like this. You're a bank to yourself and you're making credit. That's about it.
Something
that you
like
can
that.
Explain, you know?
But I really like the game, so that's that, Anachrony. And you should really try this game. It's like I have any more words for this game.
I'll just try to explain it in a like view.
You played it, right?
I played it many times now. And I like everything about the game, but be prepared to melt your brain sometimes in that game. Because when he tries to explain it, it's nothing like you try to play it. When you try to play it, it's even more confusing, but after a turn or two, you will understand everything. But still, if you try to see that mechanics, it's just poof.
The people have that problem, like when you explain them the game. I explained to 3 new guys. I was the only one who knows the game. And they were like, what? Wait. You mean you go there? What? Why there? And then like 2 turns went and they were all in. They were at each other's throat. Oh, you need yellow resource. Well, you will not get it. I will get it first. Like, and they will start to plan some actions and whatnot. And there's your individual player board where you can do lots of stuff.
And special powers.
And the special powers. Play with special powers. Don't play everyone has the same powers. It's lame.
It's awesome game.
Yeah, okay, so this is our top 10 games of 2017.
Top 10, yeah. Also, I had 15.
There are some honorable mentions that the games that we played a little.
Okay, I'll just list, your games.
But be quick.
Mine.
Go.
What?
Go.
Wait. I need to know. And it's done. I'm joking. Baron Park is my 11th. My 12th game is Ex Libris. My 13th game is Samhain. You still didn't play it.
No.
My 14th game is Foible. You still didn't play it. And my 15th is Century Spice Road. Although if I played it more, it would probably go even higher because I like
about this game, but I didn't play it quite enough to fully grasp it.
To say the fully spoiler games that I liked, and especially from your games, are the Outlive, Pulsar, and the Tale of Pirates.
Yeah, I did not mention Pulsar. It was not on my list, but it would be if I played it more.
As I said.
Because it has dice and a space team.
It's amazing. It's
sold.
fast. We played it and...
To the guy in a black shirt.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that's it. Tell us in the comments below, what is your top 10 of 2017? And until next time.
Bye.
Pozdrav.